Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, while much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff, no such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Leading them out is going to be their quarterback. That's the grizzled vet, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
One thing that I think Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't get enough credit for is his toughness. This is a guy who plays through injuries, but it's also being mentally tough, knowing that everyone's always trying to move him out of the lineup, trying to find a replacement for him, yet he continues to battle and has earned the total respect of his teammates.
Both sevens of my dirty! It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
On second down, Laird, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, 180! Check back 47.
Now on 2nd and 13, Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Shotgun now for Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's the offense, and sometimes you got to show love to the big guys.
That you do, and we're talking about Jason Kelce now, not Travis, his brother who plays tight end. Jason lines up at center, a threat to go to the Pro Bowl each and every year.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go, here we go. 280!
On first, they go right back to Howard. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And let's run through the Dolphins' defense.
One of the more underrated yet valuable positions in the NFL is safety, and Rashad Jones epitomizes what you're looking for. A guy who can drop down into the box in the run game and tackle those bigger, stronger running backs. He can also cover people, whether it's tight ends or bigger slot guys, and that gives him the ability to stay on the field every down and make big plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now Wentz on 3rd down. The quick feet by Jackson. That's caught by Jackson. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Working from the gun. Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Wins to throw again. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Here we go. 120!
From the red zone now, Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Wentz's pass, intended for Jordan Howard, incomplete.
So they went to the booth to see if that was a touchdown, and they have decided it will not be a touchdown. 6 points off the board. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. Back man. 180.
Let's go. Let's hit this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Again, it's Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll start on the ground with Bovada. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Throwaway and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And Jeffrey's got it.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Wentz now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Running with Howard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Here we go. Waiting.
Let's go. Double tight. Double tight. 3 down.
Oh, it's good.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. He lets this one fly toward the back of the... And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 39 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Eagles 14.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Play action now. Fitzpatrick. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Check the backer, check the backer.
On second down now, Laird. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Watch the curl, watch the curl.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Ertz has it left side. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. That catch good for 5. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing his Wentz, and he connects with Ertz. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
Wentz now already over 150 yards through the air in the opening quarter. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bring up second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. That's complete to Jeffrey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, putting it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Wentz now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run with Howard. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. To throw, it's Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal.
It's just me and you. It's just me.
On play action, it's Wentz. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Elliott on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. To throw, Fitzpatrick. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down. Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Now Balaj. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Balaj. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions,
I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Howard. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here we go. Waiting.
Six man.
Into the red zone, Wentz. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
180! Check 53. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Come on, D. Switch it.
Fitzpatrick from the gun on 3rd down. And it's caught by Parker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
47's the 180! Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
They run it with Balaj. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Record. 53's the mic.
Fitzpatrick now from the 50. And his throw is incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. 3rd down here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Fitzpatrick. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, It used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
My 20!
47. Check, 47. Get that quarterback at all costs.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And he completes it to Wilson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They'll run here with Balaj. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And this is Parker, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Fitzpatrick. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The sack by Ronald Darby coming from the corner. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 28-yard attempt.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. A give to Howard. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Let's go.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 9.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando on this first half of action. This pass complete, wins to Ertz. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here we go. 180.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, defense.
Wentz now on first down. It's caught by Jackson. And he lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter.
Check my 47. Watch QB draw. Watch QB.
Fitzpatrick now after the fumble recovery. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Caught, it's Wilson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Fitzpatrick again. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. Caught by Wilson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll throw again. Fitzpatrick. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. but they'll get it back.
Incomplete. It's 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
To the air again, Fitzpatrick. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Mike Gesicki. Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Fitzpatrick. That is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Miami. Preston Williams in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one taken from the 7. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Carson Wentz and the Eagles getting set to take over. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard, but they're contributing in a big way. You see him throwing touchdown passes, watching this video here. It's got to be a fun time for him and a relaxed time because nothing is pressing.
Relaxed, cool, calm, collective, all those things describing him right now. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another run with Sanders. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this has not been their best half so far. They're down double digits already and now forced to operate from inside their own 5.
And what they have to do now is not curse their fate as much as focus on the task at hand. Inside their own 5-yard line, they've got to be careful of taking care of the football and not turning it over for the defense to score additional points.
53's the 180! Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Laird. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And he finds Parker here, complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, man.
Here's Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Here's Matt Hawk now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down, 4 down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They go with Howard again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Waiting!
Chop 52's to mine. Rip right, rip right.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Play action. Now Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Christian Wilkins in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
20.
47 is the mic. Crunch time, defense. 36, 35.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I got you.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
And he'll give it here to his running back. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Following the fumble recovery, Fitzpatrick. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Fitzpatrick. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Eagles' 29-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. On play action, Fitzpatrick looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Wentz going to throw. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. Wentz able to hook up with Aguilar for a big gain. 62 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. His throw incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Wentz now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Check, 47. Hey, come on, no, come on, no.
A draw play now. Balaj. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw is Fitzpatrick. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Let's shift now and discuss Deshaun Jackson. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. Third quarter, we'll see what else he has in store for us. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Working from the gun, Wentz completes it to Aguilar. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. That is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A give left side to Howard. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the 1st on a gain of 15.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Again, it's Howard. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. Howard has the 1st down and then some. And down to the 16-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the 1st on a gain of 15.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Double tight. Oh, no. 3 down.
Here's Sanders. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and goal from the 1. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run for it with Howard. And Howard stopped short. He didn't get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing Fitzpatrick. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do. On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick going deep here for Parker. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams. They've put it all together, and I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard, 63 yards.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D.
Done.
Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Fitzpatrick on first down. Now a short one to Gesicki. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Fitzpatrick to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And this is Parker, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Fitzpatrick again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Fitzpatrick. Got his man. It's Williams.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They'll throw again. Fitzpatrick firing quickly here, and that's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. Running with Howard. And now look at him go. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was the veteran safety, Malcolm Jenkins, who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again, Fitzpatrick. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 3rd down, Laird. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Brian Flores learned under the master. He's going to go on 4th down. Fitzpatrick to throw for it on 4th down. And it's caught by Parker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Hustle up now. Hustle.
One last shot now for Fitzpatrick. It's complete to Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.